Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Warrior Nun on Netflix. This is a story about a young paraplegic girl who dies and is then brought back to life when a magical halo is inserted into her back by a sect of warrior nuns, and then she has to decide whether she's going to battle demons with the nuns or try and live her own life. In the background there is a shady scientific organisation that also wants the halo for itself, along with other divine metals, in order to try and create a portal to heaven in order to try and heal the main scientist's son. Now, this is a series where I think it's best that I go over the pros and cons as opposed to just do a general review on it, because I can see that it may polarise some people. I've certainly got my own strong views on the matter. Okay, cons. The series is called Warrior Nun. There's barely any fighting in it. There's barely any warrioring, full stop. Big problem. There's large patches of not a lot happening. It feels as though it is filled with filler. The series is 10 episodes long, and each episode is about 45 minutes. Now, I don't know if that's so they can do resales or DVDs or something, but it really feels like it's got 5 episodes worth of material, max, in it. And it makes it dull and slow. You think things that are slow, sloth, snail, warrior nun. So slow. It's so slow that my wife, who wasn't really paying attention when we were watching the first episode, turned to me and went, "This is really boring, isn't it?" And I went, "Yeah, it is," because it was so fucking boring. And just takes forever for anything to happen. It's not a matter of, oh, you've got to get through the first 2 episodes or something, which is still a 2-hour commitment. No, it's slow all the way through. You can get to episode 5 or 6 and you're still like, why had nothing really happened in this series? The second con is that the fighting itself, when you do get some, is lackluster and totally uninspired. They have showdowns between some of the nuns. There's like a sort of baddie nun, badass nun, and you think, okay, we're going to see some, pretty bad martial arts here, pretty kickly. No, it's like really stage fightery and just awful. I want to see people dropping 720 spinning kicks, bouncing off walls, just doing all this kind of tricking and stuff, because they're meant to be a sect of nuns who train solely for combat against the demons. And when you see them cut to the sort of training hall where they're just on some mats that have been put down doing some hitting pads and stuff, it looks worse than sort of a video of a boxercise class. It is just people just going and it's shit. They don't look dangerous at all, and you've got no believability that these are like badass nuns whatsoever. And to think there's people out there who can do this without the need for CGI, wire work, or anything like that. Just a decent camera angle, and just being keen. You can just hand it over to someone from YouTube if you need to, and just say, "Look, I've seen your videos. You do it." The other thing is, it's shot terribly. There's like no energy in it whatsoever. Where they did have a fight scene, there's one where they're having a fight scene on a harbour, I think it's episode 4 or 5, and it's shot from behind a really thick barrier, so you can't actually see them throwing the moves at all. And then otherwise, any other scenes, they just feel devoid of any energy or motion. And it isn't just fight scenes, it's all of it. It just feels hollow and empty. It feels as though the people making it did it grudgingly. You went, yeah, I'll make your warrior nun show so I can get credit or whatever. And that's it's a real shame. Another con, and I'll stop with the cons now because I'm going on a bit, is the plot and the writing makes no sense. The church wants these divine objects because they've got sort of magical properties. There's one scene I think it's episode 2 maybe, where they break into the science labs to get the girl who's got the halo in her back, and the nuns collect her, and she's lying on the floor next to a glowing blue shield, which is later in the series they decide they really want because it's one of these divine objects, and it was stolen from the church anyway. They say this in exposition, so they want it back regardless. It's their property. They don't take it. No explanation, no reason, but 2 episodes later they go, "We must get that shield back. It's very important we get that shield back." It's like, the fuck, you know, just bad writing. And there's other instances like that where she sort of hangs out with this bling ring type crew near the start of the series, and their existence is just pointless and devoid of any interesting conversation or characters. There's like a sort of hunk person that they've got in there to be the love interest. Again, no chemistry with the main actress whatsoever. Okay. Oh, and also, final con, the ending's shit because they don't give you a proper ending. And with Netflix being so funny about whether they continue a series or not, this has got the possibility of something not being done with it. You know, just getting left open hanging after you've invested, say, 10 hours of your time in it. Okay, pros. The main actress and the one who plays the main priest, sort of her boss, they are really good. They're clearly up for it. She is like she's acting in something different. She's acting in what this should be. She's got like an energy. She's trying to play with the role a bit. You can feel that she's interested. She's invested. And she's charismatic as well. You know, she's a good-looking girl. She kind of looks like can't think of her name now. The one who plays Khaleesi in Game of Thrones, but prettier. And the chap who plays the priest who's in charge of their order, he's good as well. You know, he again knows that he's in something a little bit silly, and he should act that way a bit. So he sort of comes off well. And when they're both in a scene together, it's really good. Another pro is, well, I think that's it. Oh no, just the concept itself generally, warrior nuns. I like that concept, it drew me in it. I wanted to watch that. I know it's based on a graphic novel, I've not read the graphic novel, but that in itself should tell you what you need from it. You should give this to people like who make, say, John Wick films, or the Crank films, or even Luc Besson. People who make over-the-top things that still have an element of groundedness, the element of sort of grounded reality in them. That's that they're not sort of space aliens flying off everywhere, but they still know that they're dealing with a silly concept, and they can get away with having these mad action things happening. And they've also probably got the contacts to make that happen as well. They've probably got blokes they can call up and say, look, I need some people to do crazy nun kung fu shit. Oh, that's the other thing as well. I think the nuns, they're fighting, they're meant to be a sect, and you think, fun stuff, if you were interested in writing this, why not have the nuns have their own martial arts style? You don't have to create a whole martial arts style, just call it something, nun fu. Or if you want to be a bit more serious, like the Holy Way, or something like that. Something that sounds suitably martial arty, but it just adds an element of depth to it, and it sounds fun. And then you can get away with them having all these strange weapons or silly fights. I don't know. Anyway, so, Warrior Nun. Were you as disappointed as I was? Do you think it was a disappointment? Do you really love the series? Do you think that it's great? Let me know, because if I missed something and I'm looking at it the whole wrong way, I'm happy to be told. Otherwise, please feel free to give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe.